Everyone, Sarah Mott here with my Module 3 video on my opinion of distance education learners and teachers and the skills they need to be successful. So starting with the distance education learner, some needs are to stay engaged, build relationships, and to chunk assignments accordingly. Procrastination can get in the way, especially if something goes wrong. The user needs enough time to experience technical difficulties and work through them. Other traits include active participation, show confidence, and seek assistance when necessary. Building relationships with other students is also crucial. We want to keep etiquette in mind when participating in discussion posts and emails, but making those relationships can really help your online course experience. So the learner's learning style, an online user must be comfortable with digital readings. They have to be flexible yet disciplined with time management. They have to find what learning style works best for them, whether that's audio, listening to the videos provided, or if they're a visual learner with infographics. So they have to find what's going to work for them so they can take in that information. I really liked this quote from How Students Develop Online Learning Skills. The author Roper says, "There's no magic formula." So the student really has to put in the work and make their presence known online. As far as copyright and the TEACH Act, students should know enough about copyright to avoid any legal issues. And this quote from the University of Texas Libraries Copyright Crash Course really spoke to me, just because we want to enhance our own ideas with borrowed material. We don't want to have it take our place of our own thoughts. So how can we borrow work in a safe and legal way, yet help it enhance our own ideas? All right, moving on to the distance education teacher. So the needs of the teacher. They need to let the learning objectives guide their technology decision making. They don't want to overwhelm the user with too many tools. So I really liked the question from 8 Lessons Learned from Online Teaching. Does this tool enhance the learning goal I'm trying to achieve? Teachers also need to make their expectations explicit, and the power of personal feedback is everything. So students really respond well to specific individual feedback, whether that's an audio recording from the teacher or written comments. The teacher's teaching style can still come out online as it does in the classroom. So the speaker in the same video mentioned the power of storytelling. So we can let our humor and personality shine through our online course and let the students know we're there for them and just be explicit with what messages we want to get across. The teacher should also plan to log in regularly and plan days to log in to prepare, grade, etc. I really liked a quote from the same video: "High touch is better than high tech." So still being personable and accessible online. Teachers can also use playfulness and unpredictability to re-engage their students. So we don't have to fit inside this box. We can make it fun and engaging for everyone. Also important, the pedagogy of knowledge, relationship building, and staying relevant for your students, especially what they're learning in their major and the job field they're preparing for. This quote from Exploring Four Dimensions of Online Instructor Roles, a program level case study, really spoke to me about how a teacher can be effective online and promote those collaborative discourse conversations. And finally, Copyright and TEACH Act. Instructors should know about fair use and the ability to share others' work, and keeping it limited to the enrolled students, the faculty members. Teachers should also get their hands on materials that are already in their own library, and they should terminate access to these borrowed materials when the course is finished. So I really learned a lot about face-to-face education versus distance education and the copyright rules there. So when education was just, in the room, the teacher was fine to show any type of media but then the laws changed a little bit as we got online and went to distance education. So just keeping those criteria in mind I mentioned previously, and that is my opinion on how distance education learners and teachers can be successful.